Hey guys, Sweet Biscuits here, and today on Coding with Biscuits, we're going to be talking about higher order components. Made simple. That's right, so when I was trying to learn these, I would come across these examples that basically would show it something like this, and it's like, what does this even mean? And so I find that when I'm trying to learn something, especially if I think it's a more advanced concept, if I can break it down into more simpler terms and make it fun, then I'm able to grasp it a lot easier. So today we're going to make some higher order components, and it'll be fun, it'll be simple. So let's get started. One of the reasons why you want to make some higher order components, or what they're for, is they allow you to enhance your components with additional functionality. So instead of going the inheritance route, we're going to go the composition route. All right, think of it as like a decorator. And it's really based off the higher order functions from functional programming. Anyway, so that's enough talk, so let's get into it. So we are going to create a person stateless functional component. And I'm going to paste that code in right here. Okay. And so this is just a normal person, and we're gonna put out the person's name and list any powers that this person has. So if it's just a normal person, obviously it's not gonna have any powers. Here's our person component. And we are going to go and bring this in. Okay. And we're just going to blow away all of this here. Person, let's give it a name. Oh, there we go, Paul Blart. There we go, Paul Blart. This is our normal person, and Paul Blart doesn't have any powers, maybe eating donuts or falling into a diabetic coma. Something like that, maybe. Let's enhance this person object with some superpowers and see what we get. So we're going to create a higher order component. Let's start with speed. You don't have to add the HOC. I just do that as a convention to help me realize that it's a higher order component when I'm looking through my files. So a higher order component is simply a component that takes in a component as an argument and returns an entirely new component. That'll make more sense when we get into it. So we have a component here, and we're going to call this SuperSpeed, and we're going to take a component. We could call this component, we can call it whatever we want to, but clean code principles, I like to name the argument something that makes sense. So we're going to take in a person. We're also, it can accept some props. So wrap this with a fragment. Now we're going to render this person component and pass along any props that we want this person component to have. Here we go, using the spread operator. And here we go, we're going to print out what this enhancer is all about. So this thing is all about super speed. Oops, if I can type. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's go put this guy to use. Super speed. And maybe I am not exporting that. No, I'm not. So there we go. Don't forget to export. Happens to me a lot. Let's wrap person with some super speed. So we're going to create, let's call it the Flash. And we're going to say super speed. We're going to pass in person. And then we're going to get back to Flash. Now we have wrapped person with super speed, and it's going to pass back again a brand new component. So we're going to call our Flash component And we can't call it Paul Blart anymore. We're just going to say the Flash. Awesome. So look at that. Now we have a new component. We have just decorated the person component and added an attribute, basically. So we have SuperSpeed. So let's add another one here. Let's add flight. And we're going to copy and paste here. So you don't have to sit here and watch me type the whole time. Flight. Okay, so just like before, we're going to pass in a person. We're going to spit out a flight, and we're going to export that back out. So let's go back here. Let's bring it in. Let's comment out the Flash here. Let's do who can fly? Let's see, Vision from the Avengers, right? Type in flight, person, all right, so we have Vision, and he has the power of flight. Okay. This might seem redundant, but I'm going somewhere with this, and you're going to see that the power of higher order components and some of the composability you can do with it. So we're going to do, let's do two more, okay? Let's do strength. All right, we'll call it super strength. And export that. Okay. You know what? We're going to make this guy, let's call, import that. Super strength. Comment out Vision. And when you think of super strength, normally who do you think of? The Hulk. That's right. So we have super, oh, what happened there? Shy. Pass in person, our person component. Super strength. Okay. All right. And we have, what do we have? We have one more. We did not do, we did flight, Vision, speed, strength. Yeah, okay. All right, so check this out. Who can fly and who is strong? Oh, that's Thor, right? So we have flight, and we're going to pass in super strength, pass in a person component. So look at that, we have Thor, a Thor component, which now has super strength and flight. You can see how we can leave the original component untouched and build off of that, right? Like Legos. That's what composition is all about, right? And so we're going to go one more level here. And we're going to comment out Thor, because he's about to become obsolete. Oh, who is the ultimate? Who has everything, right? So we have flight, super strength, and super speed. Let's pass in person. Okay, look at that. We have Superman. As you can see, we have flight, which takes in super strength, which takes in super speed, and it's just built off from there, right? So I know this is a trite example, but this is how I got my head around it. I actually just fired up this editor here and Code Sandbox and kind of actually did the same exact example. We use this in our production app for the company I work for, but this is how I got my head around it. So if this was helpful to you guys, I am going to make a part 2, and we're going to show how you can do a little bit more real world type stuff with it. Again, still using superheroes, but it'll be great. So if you like this stuff, hit like, hit subscribe. I have more videos on the way. And yeah, so all right, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.